to view the lobby 2 seconds. Oh, no, I think people are in, Jess.
Uh, who's in? Georgia, Heidi, are you in? Can you confirm that you can see this? Because I think I've been speaking to myself for the past 10 minutes. Can somebody confirm that you can see me and you can hear me?
Yeah, Diana's just confirmed you can see. Thank you.
So everybody can see me and hear me now. Is that right?
Blank screens, Jess.
I don't know if there's more to we got any more in the lobby? I can't see you now, Lisa.
Don't think anyone's in the lobby. A lot of people are saying they have a blank screen. I can see the presentation, but I don't know about anyone else.
So I don't, apologies for this. I don't know if it's some technical difficulties, but if you, Georgia, would you mind if you can't see anything? Can you just come off and then rejoin just in case that works? Oh. Georgia, can you now see and hear me and see the screen? Yes. So apologies. I think we've had some technical difficulties and it's resulted in me speaking to Lisa for 10 minutes on contractors because I don't think anybody could hear or see me and Lisa, which is not the best start. So I'm hoping everybody can see and hear myself now. For those who didn't hear that, apologies. It must have been some technical difficulties. Yeah, and we kicked off the webinar thinking that you could all actually see and hear. So I think yeah, I think I've been speaking to Lisa about everything contractors for the past 10 minutes. I'm still admitting people here now, Lisa.
Yeah, no props.
Okay, so I'm hoping that everybody can hear and see. I can't see. Can you have a look at the chat, Lisa,
I'm
to
in
make
there.
sure that everybody can hear and see?
I think it's just
I hope
Heidi,
this
but I
works.
think, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so please please let us know in the chat if you cannot see and hear. There must have been some technical difficulties as I was just explaining. So Lisa's listened to me talk for 10 minutes on contractors and nobody else was joined the webinar. So we will start again. So so thanks everyone for joining me today. We'll talk through the session. I don't think it's going to last an hour, but we just wanted to give it plenty of time to talk through the products, but also to if there was any questions to be asked as well. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I'm Jess. I'm the BDM for the North, and I've been with NBS just a little over a year now. So also joining me today is Lisa Jones. Lisa's one of our development underwriters. She has a wealth of experience in contractors, and towards the end we'll direct any questions that you may have towards Lisa. So before we start with everything contractors, I just wanted to showcase this slide really just to show the wealth of products that NBS have to offer for you all. So moving from left to right, you'll see our SME packages. So this is the more simple packaged products, including food and eateries, gyms, hotels, pubs, just to name a few of there. And a lot of these quotes, once you put it through the portal, if it's a straightforward quote, you'll get a premium straight away. Our commercial section, so this is a little bit more involved where more underwriting is required, and our contractors products will sit within this arena. Property and household, so yeah, non-standard in the main and a specialist team to assist with all your inquiries there. Then we have our PI team. So we have an experienced PI team that deal with everything PI on a daily basis. So any questions there around that cover, you know, they'll be on hand to answer them questions. Okay, so let's start with everything contractors. The aim of the webinar is to highlight what covers are available and facility limits, target business and declinatures, and the benefits of a combined product. So product overview, essential covers under one policy. So we've listened to what our brokers had to say and we realised that we needed a more extensive product for contractors. So we have public liability, which is a mandatory cover, and then additional covers such as property and plant can be added. Tailored for construction and trade professions. So this product is purely aimed at builders, construction, carpenters. It's not suitable for non-manual trades, so taxi drivers, IT consultants. That's not what we'd be looking to cover under this product. So comprehensive protections across a wide range of on-site and business risks, suitable for a broad mix of trades and business activities, and offers flexibility and support when placing contractors' risks. So available sections. So we have property damage and theft. So this can be used for storage, office, or manufacturing. So for example, if you've got a carpenter who's manufacturing and installing, we can cover both under this section. Business interruption, all risk cover and money, they're optional add-ons under the property section. Goods in transit, so own goods or tools or a mixture of both we can cover. Contractor works, plan owned, hired or employee tools. Then liabilities, so EL and PL. Excess of loss, so you don't need to source this cover elsewhere. You can do this on this product or not via the separate product that we have on the portal. It can just be added on under this one quote. And then PI can also be included. So just to keep that in mind as you're going through the quote and see if PI is an area that we can cover for the trade that you're requesting. Okay, so facility limits. We just wanted to put the actual limits of every different section on display for you. I think really pulling out public and product liability. So our binder will actually allow us to quote up to 20 million turnover. So for that to bear in mind for yourselves on them risks that you might have. And then excess loss of 5/5. So I'll just give you a minute just to look at them limits, and then we'll move on to policy excesses. So again, we wanted to highlight these per section, but I think you'll find that the excesses on display here are pretty standard in the market. Okay, so coming on to appetite now. So what's our target business? So companies that have been established for 5 years plus. So if we've got a company that's just become limited, but they were a sole trader for many years previously, we can look to consider this. This would be solely a decline where there's no experience at all. So low claims frequency. So we'd prefer to write a risk where they've had a large claim and all remedial actions been taken to complete, rather than a risk that's got various many claims basically over a number of years. And then coming on to like trade associations and anything linked with health and safety. So um, things like courses, qualifications, being a member of association. If you write these down and include them in the relevant boxes, that helps us at where it comes to the premium. So we can look at that premium and discounts might be able to be given there. So be sure to remember to put them into the quotation. And then target trades really. So here's a few within appetite. However, our trade list is so extensive that you know, if you're unsure of a trade, if it's one for NBS, you know, please pick up the phone, speak to an underwriter. If you've got a manual submission, we can accept that submission to review to say, yes, it's for us, no, it's not for us. And then we'll ask you to pop that through the portal, and the underwriters will take a further review of that. Oh, sorry, we've missed a slide. And then appetite. So risk we typically are avoiding really. So employers, we won't write employers only liability. Offshore work or hazardous locations. So anything in the middle of the sea, such as power station rigs, that's not one for us. Roofing and scaffolding. So where they're in isolation, we wouldn't look to cover that. But if a builder is building a house from start to finish, as long as it doesn't exceed 20% of the turnover, then yeah, that's one that we can look to cover there. So hot roof works, that would be excluded within the policy wording. Demolition, so demolition in its own isolation would be a decline, but say a builder's taking down a wall and then putting up an RSJ, then that's okay. We can look at to quote that business. So wet civil engineering, like where land meets sea, so bridges, dams, they would be a decline for us. Timber framed buildings exceeding 3 stories. And then moving on to height work, so above 25 metres. So our standard wording will give you up to 15 metres height, 3 metres depth. We can go up to 25 metres on referral. However, what I would bear in mind is if the contractor's working with over 15 metres, then we'd need to follow the height regulations guidance there. So as I mentioned previously, new ventures, yeah, where there's no experience at all, that would be a decline for us. Unspent convictions and solar panels, again, not one for NBS. Road traffic management is excluded within our policy wording. And then depth work below 3 metres would be a decline. Heat work above 20% of the turnover, and then asbestos. So where the insured's knowingly handling asbestos, yeah, that would be a decline for ourselves as well. So the main features and benefits of this product is an all-in-one policy. So you'll have access to experienced underwriters with speedy turnaround. So you're looking for a turnaround within 24 hours, whether that be a quotation's received within the 24 hours or an underwriter's picked that up, give you a call to say they're handling that quote and they'll come back to you in a timely manner. A-rated capacity, so we'll be using accelerant or hadron. Cover for multiple businesses under the one policy, a broad list of occupations, and also competitive rates with generous commission levels. So that's kind of a whistle-stop tour of our Contractors Combined product. I hope everybody could hear and see after the slight technical difficulties at the beginning. I do apologise for that. I think now we'll head over to any questions or observations in the chat systems, and yeah, I'll hand it over to Lisa as well.
Thanks, Jess. So, Matthew, I've just seen your question in relation to plumbing. Yeah, we can do plumbing and heating, and bathroom and obviously kitchens are in appetite as well, but so is plumbing and heating and air conditioning.
Great. Thanks, Matt. I don't know if there is any.
If there's any further questions, I'm just looking at the Q&A and I can't.
Give it a few minutes in case anybody else has got any other questions. We will look to share the slides and the recording of the webinar as well for anybody who would like to refer back to it. I think we'll also make sure that everybody who did accept the webinar, the webinar at the beginning as well, gets a copy just in case they dialed off. I think there might be another question there, Lisa.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I'm just getting that up now. Oh yeah, Diana, thank you. Yeah, so we can actually do it through the PI risk separately, but you can combine it in with the contractor's liability up to 250,000. So yeah, electrical contractors is one of the trades we can accommodate on there.
Great. Thanks, Diana. There's one in the Q&A now. Are tools covered left in a van overnight? I want to say no, we
No,
can't cover that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll leave
spot
it to
on,
the
Jess.
expert.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do have to be. So they between 9 and 6, it has got to be in a secure. The van has got to be locked and in a secure compound.
And then I think there's one on the other side as well. Would you guys consider metal fabrication?
Fabrication isn't on the trade list at the moment, but I can take that feedback.
And then what do we define as a secure compound?
So I'll just get that.
Coming from Sarah. So tools, in respect to tools.
So what I can do, Sarah, if this rather than talk through it, because the policy wording is quite a lot of wording in the definitions, and then it goes into the conditions. So I can send that over to you on a snippet on an email if it's a bit easier rather than sort of chat through, because I think it's about a page in the definitions and then it goes on to the conditions within the section.
And then Yeah, most tractors stay overnight in hotels, so we need to know if this is acceptable.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll send that. I'll send the I'll get your email address from Jess here, and I'll send the wording over to you, and I'll just point out what pages they're on. No problem.
Thanks, Sarah. Any more questions? Give it another couple of minutes. So yeah, just again, we'll share the slides and the webinar recording. And then yeah, if there is, and we'll include myself and Lisa's contact details on there. So any other questions that you might have, or you want to discuss anything particular, then please reach out to us. Also, you know, if it's down the line, we've got the underwriters there that are more than capable. You can speak to them via the phone, the live chat system on the portal. And again, as I say, we'll accept any manual submissions to review to say, yeah, it's for us, or not really. So I hope it's been really useful. I don't think there's any more questions. So
I can't see any more either, Jess.
no, so again, yeah, thank you all for your time today. I hope it's been really useful. And we'll end the session there. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thanks.